Annyeong! Welcome to Dollightful! I've got something different for you this time. I woke up today and felt really inspired to draw some characters, character concepting. So I thought to myself, why not just record it since I'm going to do it anyways, and we'll see if it makes a good video. This is going to be a little different though. I usually write my scripts and do a voiceover, but this time I thought I'd try recording my voice as I'm watching the footage myself, so we'll see how it goes. So to begin, I wanted to use this scrap piece of paper up for something, so I thought I'd make a little tiny short character to fit the parameters. I like to keep Pinterest up on a screen in front of me or on my phone to the side so I can kind of scroll around, stay inspired. For this one, I was looking at a lot of Korean and Chinese clothing and kind of interpreting it into a little tiny doll-sized character. You can see here I'm going in with a pen after doing a pretty rough pencil sketch with a mechanical pencil. And now I'm going in with my favorite brush tip pen to put some shadows in and add a little weight to the lines. Like I said, this is all really casual. Like, it might be bad, it might be good, I don't even know, I'm just drawing, going with the flow. And that's the finished piece. It came out at 20 minutes. So, pretty quick little sketch. Next I wanted to do something completely different from the first sketch, so I thought, you can't get much more different than a giant armored man character. I don't draw guys as often. I do find it's more fun for me, at least, to draw female characters. But to keep myself in practice, I thought I would do something like this. So once again, I'm sketching him out. Don't know why I didn't put any armor on his arm. Seems kind of exposed compared to the rest of his body, but I don't know, I got really into the musculature and forgot to put anything there. I think at this point I was looking at a few Monster Hunter character references. I love the armor in Monster Hunter. I think it's some of the coolest shapes out of any character armor I've seen. Decided to give him a sword there, sure, why not, right? You can see I'm trying to start it out really sketchy and see if I can just pick up details when I come back in with the pen over the line work that's in pencil. Trying to keep it really loose and fluid. I think one of my main weaknesses is coming up with mechanical stuff on the fly. It's hard for me to make it look spontaneous. Usually when I come up with armor or mechanical things, I have to sit down and really think about how it's going to fit together, that sort of thing. But I'm trying to make it a quicker process for me, so practice makes perfect. I'm using my brush pen again to add some weight and a few more details, like I wanted the horns to look like ivory or wood, a different kind of texture than the metal on the rest of his armor. And just kind of highlighting some edges and blocking in some of the shapes to make the sketch look a little more interesting. There he is! Not bad, I guess. You can tell I kind of gave up on that shield arm. I'm like, sure, whatever, that's good enough. Okay, so for the third drawing, I wanted to do a lady, and I thought that would complete the trio. I've got a little child character, super buff dude, and now I want to do the cute girl, so. The biggest thing I think about when I'm doing really quick, fast sketches like these are silhouette, and I think that's the most important thing in character design. So I always try to get a pretty wacky silhouette out of it. Wanted to give her some kind of sassy pose. I'm not really sure what she is, some sort of wild girl, magic user type character. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not really planning ahead when I do sketches just like this. This is just for fun, so I'm letting my mind wander, coming up with whatever I feel like on the spot. If these do become dolls or characters later, for sure I would put a little more thought into it, but I think sometimes you get your best stuff when you're just not thinking at all and you're just letting it pour right out of your head, you know? Even if it doesn't make any sense at the time. when it does come to silhouette, for girls anyways, I do tend to give my girls like ginormous, insane hair, because it always makes for a good silhouette. In this case, I went with giant braids. There I go in with the ink pen again. I don't really make my lines too tight with the pencil because I know I'm just gonna go back on top of it if I decide to ink it. And I only worked on white paper today, which is a little odd for me. I usually go with toned paper because I love how you can take a white pen on toned paper and draw it out, but maybe next time if I do another one of these videos, I'll use toned paper. We'll see. Got a little fancy with some shading. I think I only put tassels on this one character, but that's actually something I have to watch out for because I just really love tassels apparently, and I like to put them on every character, so in order to not be too redundant, I have to catch myself sometimes. I'm adding a little shading with the pencil to bring out the silhouette better. And as an afterthought, I added some cool tribal tattoos, even though I had already signed it. It's never really done when you think it's done, right? So yeah, there she is. She clocked in at 35 minutes, a little longer than the other two. Partially because my husband came home while I was drawing, so a little bit of my brain power was devoted to, conversation with him, but all three drawings I think were pretty successful, pretty random and fun. If you like this kind of video, I'd be happy to do a few more, so let me know what you think in the comments below. And tell me what your favorite kind of character is to draw. Do you like drawing little chibi characters, or big burly men, or cute ladies? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, thanks for joining. Stay artsy! Annyeong!